Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So today my daughter and I will be talking about relationship. All right?
All right. So, Mom, what do you think about relationship today with especially young people?
So what I think about relationship with today's young people, they are not honest and they are not transparent. And that is not a good foundation to build a relationship on. Because with the internet nowadays, people just put on a facade, and they try to do things and they try to be somebody that they are not. So when you get into the relationship, it is not healthy if it's not built on a solid foundation. What do you think?
I agree with what you just said, and I just want to add that it doesn't just apply to young people, even older people too. They're still trying to play games. They still don't want to be transparent. They're still lying. They're still being dishonest, and that's just very shaky foundation. That's what you don't want for a healthy relationship.
Exactly.
That's a recipe for disaster. All right. You want to be transparent and you want to make sure you're actually showing the person who you actually are. If you are this kind of person, you need to show who you are. Like, don't try to hide it, because eventually it's just going to come out. Like, it's just going to come to light. Whatever you're trying to hide is going to come to light. So you can only hide it for so long. So you just want to be honest and you want to be transparent.
Yes. Okay, so I will be asking you this question. I know this person has died a couple of months ago, but a lot of people, everybody had their own opinion and ideas.
Yes.
And also I had that opinion too, because when I first saw the first video that I watched with that person, and I was blown away, and I actually send it to you. And after we have talked about a couple of things, then we decide that we would want to speak about that person. And that person is Kevin Samuels. What do you think about some of the things that he was saying about relationship and high
standards and stuff?
Yes, and high quality men? And what do you think about?
So you're talking about Kevin Samuels?
Yes.
Okay, so
high price woman,
Yes, with what you just said, like, actually the first time I was listening to Kevin, I felt like a lot of the things that he was saying, they actually made sense, but it was the way he delivered the message. It was very harsh. Yeah. And he also talked about being harsh. He was saying, like, it doesn't really matter how you say stuff, you just gotta say it.
Yeah.
But I really do think that the way say things make a big difference. Some of the things saying, it was a bit disrespectful, to be honest. And the way he spoke about women, I found it very disrespectful. But a lot of the things that he was talking about, they actually made sense.
Yes. And you know what actually made sense to me? Because we have to be honest. As a person, I have to be honest. Or as a woman, I cannot take sides. As women, we are talking about high price men. We want high price. We have we don't have a good work ethics, and we don't know our values, and we don't have a good foundation, and yet we want and this is really unfair. And then we have so much expectation, the men not to have any child, but then we have 10 and we have 5 children. And we said, we don't want a man that has children or have a child, and we want to come with a price.
Yes,
well,
exactly.
What do you think?
Yes. A lot of people are requiring things that they can't even, deliver on. Like, you expect something from somebody else that you can't even deliver. And I feel like it's not right. You have to be able to meet certain standards that you're expecting from the other person. Like, don't expect to be with somebody who's rich, a billionaire, and you have, like you said, no proper work ethic. A lot of people who are even requiring these things, like, they don't even have a job.
Right.
They don't know what it means. They don't know what it means to be disciplined. They don't know what it means to work hard. They don't know what it means to make a lot of sacrifices. And a lot of people who, like, got to the place that they're at right now, and they're very successful, they had to put in a lot of hard work. and you just want to meet this man at the finish line. You don't want to be with him throughout the whole journey, and vice versa. Sometimes men expect things from women that they can't even deliver on, and I feel like it's just unfair. You know,
it is.
I feel like you need to be reasonable, like have standards, obviously have expectations, but at the same time be reasonable, because you're dealing with another human. You're not dealing with a perfect person.
And you tend to add to that. You know what I think too? Because not working for something and you just come and get it. I'm just using this example. If you have a child or you have children, and say for instance you have a lot of money,
Yeah.
you don't want to just throw the money in their lap, especially if you work hard for it.
Yes.
You have to teach them about how money work.
Yeah.
You understand? Because it is the same coming to your life and they see you have money and they think you should just dash out all that money to them.
Yeah.
And they waste it. You understand? So it will be like no sense of you tiling and working so hard and your dedication over the years to have your money, and your money is being thrown down the drain.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Because one time I was watching this video, I can't remember the name of the guy that I was watching, but he was saying that pretty much when you don't work hard for something, you don't appreciate it as much. And I feel like that's how humans really are.
Exactly.
Like when they don't pay for something, they don't pay attention. That's exactly what he said. When we pay attention.
Right.
So when you have to pay a high price for something, you take care of it.
Exactly.
You nurture it.
Exactly. And the other thing too, sometimes dating, sometimes on your first date,
Could be scary.
That could be scary. If you have a partner and you are working together, I am not looking for him to pay for the meal at all times when I go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? You know, how do you feel about that?
I feel like on a first date especially, it should be like the man trying to,
Yes.
I don't want to say impress, but he would like to like make a good impression.
Yes.
You know, because men, they're supposed to be able to provide and protect and stuff like that. And a lot of us women, like, we need that.
Yeah.
It makes us feel more feminine.
You're right.
You know? So he wants to make a good impression on the first date. So I think he should definitely be paying on the first date. But as the relationship progresses, if you guys get to that point, I feel like here and there, you could pay, you know?
Right. I think that sounds really reasonable. You know?
But on the first date, no. I feel like the guy should be paying on the first date.
Yes, most definitely. So, okay. So, what are your relationship goals and what are you looking for in a man?
Well, relationship goals. Well, I have things that I'm working towards. Like, for my partner and I want us to be financially free. Not too far from now.
Yeah.
To be honest. And also, I'm looking for a healthy relationship. I want to build a healthy relationship. I want to make sure we have good communication. I want to make sure that we're spending quality time together. You know, having fun, building experiences, building memories.
Most definitely.
And the most important thing for me in a relationship is being with somebody who feels like home. Like they just feel like home. I could just be my complete self. Sometimes I'm very weird. And he knows like I'm very weird. I just want to be able to be my complete self. And that's exactly what I'm doing because I don't have to hide who I am.
Yes, and I think that is the truth, you know, because as you have said in before, whatever you hide, it will come out. Don't care if you try to hide it for a year or 2 years, and you cannot hide something for a year, trust me. So you have to be honest to yourself, and you have to let the person know who you are and be comfortable around the person. If you even pass gas or not on the first date, you want to do that. But you have to make sure you are comfortable in your relationship, you know, around the person. You understand me? So most definitely, you know, you want to feel a sense of belonging. You want to feel comfortable. You want to feel loved, and you want somebody to embrace you.
Yes.
Do you have anything you want to ask me?
at a very good place in my relationship right now. I feel very comfortable. I feel loved. So my biggest goal right now for us is to actually become financially free. That would be a very big step for us. That would give us more time to spend with each other, more time, to just build. And it's gonna be easier when we start our family. If we get to that point, hopefully we will.
Right.
I'm manifesting it.
Okay. All right.
Being financially free is very important, people.
In a
Very
relationship.
important. A lot of problems start when you don't have money.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of problems start when you don't have money.
That's probably why the first thing I mentioned was being financially free, because when you're not financially free, it just creates a lot of stress in your relationship, okay? Not being able to pay your bills,
That is so true.
not being able to travel, not
Yeah.
having enough time to spend with each other, it just creates a huge problem. So my biggest goal for us right now is to become financially free. I'm good with everything else, literally. I
Yeah.
just want to become financially free. I want us to become financially free together.
Yes.
And I want that for my mom and my sister. And I want that for my entire family, actually.
Okay.
But I have to start with myself.
Okay. So, what do you think about me not in a relationship for almost 3 years? What do you think?
That just caught me off guard. All right, so I think you've learned a lot of lessons, and I think you've grown tremendously. I've seen many sides of you that I've never seen before, and I think that's happening because you're not in a relationship, so that just pretty much gives you more time with my sister and I. So we're being around you way more than before and spending more time with you. So it's just like everything is unraveling.
Okay. Well, I like that part of it because sometimes when you're in a relationship and the person is, sometimes when you are in a relationship and one of the partner is dominant, it doesn't give you much leverage. Because the relationship I was in, I couldn't even find the time to be around you as much because my partner was so dominant. I could remember in instances where if I want to go in your room, he would tell me that I am going to talk to your guy's father on the phone and all that type of stuff. And he's been around me for years and he know how I am, so I don't know why he has so much insecurities. But the other thing is too, when you see a red flag, do not ignore it. Do not ignore it, though, regardless of what. I was in a situation where I was I was in a situation where it was really hard for me. So, sometimes trying to change people, it's really hard. You cannot change anyone. If a person doesn't want to change and if a person doesn't want to get help, you cannot help that person. What do you think?
That is correct. I agree.
So what?
Change starts within you.
Right.
You have to want to change, and somebody could assist you with your change or with your transformation. Okay? But it's pretty much going to be on your part, And I would like to add to what you were saying about, a lot of men being dominant or even females sometimes.
Yes.
And then that sometimes it doesn't even give you enough room to grow as an individual because it's just like they're overpowering you,
Yes.
It's like you're not getting enough room to grow.
Adding to this, when I came to America, I have so much life. Not saying I don't have life in me still, but I have so much life and so much dream and aspiration. And coming here and getting married, it was very hard for me because what happened when you want to excel, that person don't want to excel, and that person wouldn't give you even the breathing room to excel because they think you're gonna leave them. And that was a hard thing for me. And that kind of just dampened some of my things that I could do. I could reach a way further in life, But I still have to give God thanks because it could have been worse. I could remember when I came here, I was going in this company, Primerica, and I was gonna work in the office in Fort Lauderdale, and I bring my spouse here because it's a family thing and stuff like that. So, you know, and I told him I'm gonna work, and I will introduce to the people in the offices and stuff like that. And when I came out of the office, he told me that if you ever go work in that office, I am gonna divorce you. And I have at that time I feel so, I can't tell you how I feel, because he's just, and I said I want to go and work. He said if you go and work in that office, I am going to divorce you. Because what? He is dominant and very insecure. And so that just take a dampen on my spirit. I went through a lot, guys. And not because I have like go out and tell maybe family members or his family members, but I went through a lot. There was one time when I was so sick. I was so sick, I feel like I was losing my mind. Because even when I was home and he was at work, he would set people to watch me. Even if I go to the store, he would call me and say, oh, what are you doing on the road? Because everybody who knows me now knows that I am an outgoing person, and I like to look beautiful, and I like to be confident, you know, and I like to be myself. So coming here has just taken a dampen on my spirit in that relationship. So let me tell you guys, when you see a red flag, that's a red flag. But sometimes you know, we are put in a predicament. It is really hard. It was really hard for me, you know, because I have my children in Jamaica and I want to file for them, you know, and trying to make the relationship work and everything. You know, it was hard, and I was trying to, I was trying to change a person, but the person, you can't change anyone. Because if a person, you know, and that person is still stuck in his ways, there's no way you can change that person. You have to acknowledge that you need the help. You need to change. You have to acknowledge that. Until you acknowledge that, you're just not gonna reach nowhere. What do you think?
Yes, I agree. Absolutely right.
Yeah. So being out here, you know, since I'm divorced, almost 2 years now, and I am single. So, you know, and I think, and I know that God has someone out there for me, but I am not gonna rush into any relationship. You know, not because you may feeling that, oh, you want somebody in your bed. No, it is more than that. They have to have values. They have to have compatibility, you know, and they have to have that drive. They have to have something in them, something that drives you. You know, you understand me? So just don't run into a relationship if you don't have to, or you don't want to at the time. You understand me? Everything works together for good. So that is what I am doing right now. And I feel, and I know that I have achieved a lot. The only thing I need to do now is to be financially stable. Because I want to be financially stable, able to travel, able to do things I want to do. Because that was my dream. That was my dream. You know, so I am still working on it. I'm working on it, and you know, that it's coming. So I really thankful, you know, I'm really thankful to God that He has given me a second chance, and yes, and I really love life, and I love myself, and I'm passionate about what I do, and I have a lot of life, and I have a lot of things to accomplish.
Yes, you do. I just want to say that before you get into a relationship, it's very important that you take the time out to really get to know the person. I mean, you never fully know anyone because people change and they evolve every single day. So it's really a journey. It's a continuous learning process. You get to know somebody more and more every day. And the things you know, they change sometimes. So you want to really take your time to get to know someone. Like, really.
Yeah. And the most important thing is loving yourself. Do not love anyone more than how you love yourself. Because if you know, and you have to think, I think out of the box, because you know, loving someone, and you put in everything, because you're honest, because I know the person I am. I'm very honest when it comes down to relationship, and that is the reason why I'm here right now, and I don't try to run into anything. But at the end of the day, if you have a good relationship, sometimes you never know what could happen. So you want to make sure, as she said, financially stable, and you have to love yourself more. Spend time with yourself.
Yes.
And know who you are, and think out of the box. Say, if something happened, how am I gonna get through this? So you have to have something that you like to do. Like me, I like to work out, so that takes my mind off a lot of things. You see what I'm saying? So find a hobby, find a healthy hobby for yourself.
Yes.
So if something happened, then you definitely know what you can do, to overcome.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave us a comment below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit your bell notification so you get notified every time we post, okay? Thank you guys so much. Bye bye.